English is now the lingua franca. The number of non-native speakers has surpassed the number of native speakers. English is everywhere. I was there at the tractor and I was checking the parts of the tractor, and all the pieces have the description in English. Filter, engine, brake, clutch, wheels, tires, pressure, everything is in English nowadays. But I found one tool that had one word in Portuguese. Wait for me, I'll get it. Here. This one. Tramontina. Yes, the Brazilian factory.
Hello, my friend, how are you? Today, intercultural dimension. Let's see the presence of English in your community. The presence of English around the world as official language, as a second language. Let's see the influence of English in our everyday lives here in Brazil. English is everywhere, my friend. We cannot deny this fact. This is a fact. English is everywhere. And you are learning English. So you will take advantage of this presence of English everywhere, because now you understand more, and when you understand it, you are able to see the opportunities. Okay? It's a nice class. This is your water from last class, okay? Have your water, my friend. I'll start read. This book here to you, The Same of Always, A Guide for What Never Changes by Morgan Housel. I have read to you another book from the same writer. The book was called The Psychology of Money. The book was a success all over the world, and then he released this one. This book, he talks about things that never change. What are the things that never change? Invest in preparation, not in forecasting. In your personal finance, the right amount of savings is when it sounds too much. The same is true for the amount of debit that you think you are able to manage. Whatever the amount you imagine, in fact, your capacity to deal with it is a little bit less. What is he saying here? He's telling us, hey, get prepared. There will be rain. There will be storms. There will be unexpected events. And we need to be prepared. If you see my notebook here, you will realize that in theory it's easy to know, but in practice, my friend, it's a harder task. Oh my goodness. But we need to get prepared. This is a fact. The first rule of happiness is to lower your expectations. Your happiness depends more on your expectations than in any other thing. Happiness changes a little. Montesquieu wrote 275 years ago, "If we only wished to be happy, that would not be hard. But we want to be happier than other people. And this is almost impossible because we believe other people are happier than they really are." There is wisdom in these words. He's telling us, hey, first thing, lower your expectation. Change your expectation for appreciation. Change your hopes and wishes for gratitude. Do not compare your life with other people's lives. It's harder and harder to do it in times of social media. It is hard to do it because you get this device here and you see a lot of people smiling, celebrating, growing, and you think to yourself, oh my God, I'm behind. I know, I have felt this so many times. There is one billionaire from the United States called Charlie Munger, and I'll read something he said. He passed away last year, unfortunately, but he lived until his 99 years. He said, "The first rule for a happy life is to lower your expectations. If you have unreal expectations, you will feel miserable your whole life. You need to have reasonable expectations and accept what life gives you, both the good and the bad things." Same thing happens with marriages. It only works when both want to help each other without expecting anything in change. If both sides act like this, they will be happy and grateful. I repeat, this is easy to read and easy to agree with, and a little bit harder to put into practice. I know, but I also know that it's worth trying. Here, stories are always more powerful than statistics. The best story wins. It's not the best idea. It's not the correct idea. It's not the most rational idea that wins. The one that tells a story able to capture people's attention and make them do this will be rewarded. People are busy and emotional, and a good story is always more powerful and more persuasive than the cold statistics. If you have the right answer, you can have success or not. If you have the incorrect answer, but you are a good storyteller, probably you have success for a while. For a while. If you have the right answer and if you are a good storyteller, it's almost certain you will be successful. It has always been like this, and it will always be. These are the good stories. They have the extraordinary capacity to inspire positive emotions, to deepen our perception, and to call our attention for subjects that we tend to ignore when we just see facts and numbers. What are we learning here? We are learning that the ability to tell stories is powerful. We are learning new abilities here. You are growing. You are acquiring more vocabulary. And I am inviting you to communicate effectively. When you tell stories with emotion, with intonation, with body language, you reach more and more people. You capture people's attention. Remember this when you are speaking English. Okay? Let me have some of your water, okay? Can I? Thank you. Listen to this. Be careful with what you wish. A life free of stress and free of worries sounds wonderful until we recognize that it breaks motivation and progress. Nobody wants to have hardships. We don't want to have hardships. But we must admit that they are fuel to our problem-solving capacity. They serve as a root for the things that we enjoy today. These problems, these challenges, these hardships that we do not want to have, they are the seeds of opportunities for the things we will enjoy tomorrow. Here we're talking about short-term and long-term thinking. History teaches us the important lesson that long-term normally is very good and short-term normally is very bad. Dealing and balancing both long-term and short-term demands effort. The ones who can't deal with this balance between long-term and short-term have more problems in life. And here I wrote this to myself. I don't know if you can read this, but it's written. Be capable to solve the short-term challenges, so then you will enjoy the fruits of the long term. What does it mean? It means saying no to sugar sometimes. It means going to bed early and have a better night of sleep. It means wearing your sneakers and going for a walk even when you don't want to. Because you know that walking and moving your body pays dividends to your future. The small things that we don't want to do now. Learning English as you were doing here. Sometimes you don't want to learn new things. You don't want to learn English again. One more class. Oh my goodness, I don't want it. I know. Our brain wants to save energy. Our brain wants to be quiet. Because our brain wants to survive by saving energy. And we know that the more we exercise, the more we challenge ourselves, the stronger we become. There are so many other things here I'd like to read to you. Maybe one day you come here and you can read all these things. All right, let's warm up a little bit. Move your arms. Move your neck. Move your hip. Release your joints. And today we're gonna run. We're gonna do this movement here as if we were running, okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now we run a bit faster. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. Okay, now let's do this movement here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, let's do it together. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Excuse me. Let me drink more of your water, okay? Let's stretch up. All right. Now we're gonna breathe. We breathe in new opportunities. and we breathe out the worries. Okay? We breathe in 3 times, like this. We hold and we breathe out. Breathe in. Once more, please. All right. Before we start, I ask you, are you ready for this class? Sure you are. Remember, you are not? Exactly. You are never alone. Never, ever. There is the biggest power of this planet watching you, next to you all the time. Trust. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Let's talk about the presence, the reach of English around the world. English is everywhere. It's true. It's a fact. English is all over the place. And it started when the United States of America became more and more powerful, started to have more influence globally. World War I, 1914 to 1918. The United States of America start to become a global player. Then we have an interval of 21 years, and 1939 to 1945 we have World War II. The United States of America play an important role during this war and become the power, become the biggest influence around the globe. After that, we have the big tech companies from the United States of America having a global influence in our digital world. We have Microsoft, founded by Bill Gates. We have Facebook, founded by Mark Zuckerberg. We have Apple, founded by Steve Jobs. And then we have social media, Instagram. One of the founders is a Brazilian guy who lived in the United States of America. It was acquired by Facebook. Then we have Google. More recently, we have NVIDIA, the company responsible for making the chips that operate AI, the chips that operate artificial intelligence. Okay, but is it only the influence of business, the influence of war, the influence of power? No. English is easy. And I can prove you that. The verbs in English don't flex as we have in Portuguese. For example, the verb do. I do, You do. We do. They do. You see, the verb is the same. Do. Em português, eu faço, você faz, nós fazemos, eles fazem. In English, I do, you do, we do, they do. Ah, Felipe, for he, she, it, we add s at the end of the verb. He does, she does. I think, you think, we think, they think, he thinks, she thinks. I have plans for the future. You have your dreams. We have a good relationship. They have a nice attitude. He has nice plans. She has gifts. You see, you see, I see, we see, they see. The verbs don't flex. We use the same verb for everyone. It makes the language easier to learn. It makes English easier to be the standard communication. And then, with technology, we have the globalization. It means, with this device here, I have information about any place I want. And then we start to import technology. We start to import vocabulary, fashion. This shirt here, I bought this shirt in the United States of America. This cell phone here, I bought here in Campo Grande, a small city in the Brazilian countryside. And this is from Apple, an American company. This cell phone was designed in the United States, made in China, and sold in Brazil. The world is connected. And because of this, we have words in English here in Brazil. I'm gonna share with you this video from this poet from Northeast. Let's enjoy this together. Watch this guy. Watch this guy.
Declamar esse texto do Samba da Vela, porque conta a história do nordestino que chega em São Paulo e fica todo doido, sem saber para onde que vai, porque tudo, para todo quanto é canto que ele olha, está tudo escrito em inglês. E eu, para sacanear esse povo que gosta do americano, eu disse assim: outro dia me convidaram para irmos ao McDonald's, comermos cheeseburger. O salão estava lotado, fizemos os pedidos através de um tal de drive-thru. Os colegas, percebendo a minha irritação, disseram: se tu tiver com pressa, eles têm um sistema de delivery maravilhoso. Desacostumado com este linguajar, chamei os cabras: vamos embora? Seguimos pela avenida Henrique Schaumann, onde pude observar um outdoor, estava escrito China Inbox. E uma seta indicativa, parking. Nós não paramos por lá não? Seguimos mais adiante, avistamos um restaurante bonito e luxuoso e na porta de entrada uma luz neon piscando escrita Open. Quando eu olhei para o chão, pude ver estampado um capacho, a bandeira americana me convidando. Welcome. Ao adentrarmos naquele recinto, eu pude observar na sua decoração e nas paredes estava escrito assim: Ice Cake, X-Egg, Cheeseburger e Fast Food. Eu pensei comigo, fode, na Bahia a gente usa numa outra situação. Do meu lado esquerdo, uma garota tomava uma cerveja numa lata vermelha e azul, cuja marca era Budweiser. O camarada que lhe acompanhava tomava sua long neck, a Heineken. Do meu lado direito, uma loira bonita falava pro cara com voz sensual assim: eu trabalho numa Relax for Men. E ele pergunta pra ela: fica próximo do motel My Flowers? E ela lhe responde: não, baby, fica junto a Night Club Wonderful. A fome aumentava juntamente com a raiva. Eu não sabia se eu pedia um hot dog ou um simples cachorro quente. Mas eu entro mais uma vez com aquela situação que Deus acabou. Vamos embora. Na saída, o manobrista nos recebe, nos entrega a chave do nosso possante veículo. Um Fusca 68 fabricado em Volta Redonda na época do presidente Juscelino Kubitschek. Ele olha para mim e me diz: thank you, sir, and have a good night. E eu, usando toda a minha simplicidade e educação que eu aprendi no sertão da Bahia, eu olhei para ele e lhe disse: vá p*** pariu.
English is everywhere, my friend. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Let's talk about the presence of English everywhere. English is here in Brazil. English is all over the world. It's the global language. There are more non-native speakers than native speakers. If you add all the speakers all over the world who speak English, the number of non-native speakers has surpassed the number of native speakers. So English is a global language right now. English is the lingua franca. It's the second time in history that we have this phenomenon. First was Latin with the Roman Empire, and second was English at the end of the 20th century. Around 1985, the number of non-native speakers surpassed the number of native speakers. But it's not a bed of roses. We have some words that we see, we have the impression of their meaning, but they are false cognates. Some words, they're the same. I tell you, this is real. The same. I love natural juice. This is artificial intelligence. English is global. These habits are local. Okay, these are easy to detect. Now I'm going to show you some false cognates. Words that you have the impression that they mean something, but they are false cognates. False cognates. For example, push. Push means empurrar. Push the door, please. And then you push the door. What about this word here, pull? This is not pular. Pular is jump. This is puxar. Pull. This, I don't know. Pull this button. Intend. Intend. Entender? No. Entender in English is understand.
Intend means querer. I intend to receive you here. By the way, Forever VIPs, we have a meeting here in Campo Grande soon. Stay connected, okay? I intend to receive you here. Pretend. Pretend? Pretender. No, pretend is fingir. Don't pretend to be something. Different from yourself. Don't pretend to be something different from yourself. Data. You read here? Data. Dia. No. Data is information. This data is essential. The video of the guy from Nordeste, he said about outdoor. Outdoor. That big ad. No. Outdoor in English is ao ar livre. I love outdoor sports. Outdoor. The name of that big thing is billboard. Okay? Remember that we have some false cognates. Push. Pull. Intend. Pretend. Data. Outdoor. Okay? 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my friend. We're talking about the presence of English. English is everywhere. English is now the lingua franca. The number of non-native speakers has surpassed the number of native speakers. English is everywhere. I was there at the tractor and I was checking the parts of the tractor, and all the pieces have the description in English. Filter, engine, brake, clutch, wheels, tires, pressure, everything is in English nowadays. But I found one tool that had one word in Portuguese. Wait for me, I'll get it. Here. This one. Tramontina. Yes, the Brazilian factory. I'm a fan of Tramontina. But then next to the word Tramontina we have master, another word in English. English is everywhere. But the question is, how do we communicate better? Millions of people around the world know how to speak English. But not all of them know how to connect with people, how to communicate effectively. This is the key. He speaks English, she speaks English. Great, but do they communicate well? Do people understand what they're trying to say? Are we able to connect with people when we talk to them? Listening is important. Body language is important. Intonation, the way we say the words, is very important. Remember this. Here we're talking about vocabulary, grammar, the English language, the words. And also we are talking about how to communicate effectively, even in Portuguese. Some people don't say what they think. Some people want one thing and ask for another thing. Sometimes we have these things at home, right? My wife says yes, but she means no. My husband says no, thank you, but actually he wants to say yes, please. We need to communicate well, okay? 3, 2, 1. I'm driving and reading. English is everywhere. Help lab. Accelerato go wash. Papel higiênico cotton. 7 pizzas. It's everywhere, my friend. React. Let's see if we can find something else around here. Joy. Garden residence. Agro center. Gold medal pet shop. Hello, my friend. Check the presence of English. Nossos amenities em refill ajudam a diminuir o desperdício de plástico. Amenities. And then you can check here. Conditioner. If you twist this one. Shampoo. If you check here. Luminous white. If you check here. Mac 3. If you check here, stages. If you check here, bamboo, Australian gold. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Yes, we're finishing one more class. Congratulations. Yes! Congratulations! One more class. Progress means happiness. You are progressing, you're feeling better. You feel that you're growing. And I'm happy, I'm grateful, because when you grow, you have more opportunities to serve other people. When you grow, you can be more generous with your time, with your energy, with your money. Today, we saw the presence of English everywhere, in Brazil, in the world. And I will play part of a podcast to you. Another nice place we can enjoy English content is in podcasts. And this one is called Meditative Story. I love this podcast. And this episode is talking about the healing powers of our gifts. In English, the word gift means present and also means talent. You have gifts. You have talents. Let's listen to this. Let's enjoy this part of this episode. I hope you can hear it. Let me put very close to the mic.
I'm grateful for this opportunity to do what I know how to do, to pour myself into the art. The same thing I did when I was 13 years old, drawing a picture for my sister. I use whatever I have at my disposal to provide catharsis. provide healing for all of us that are feeling a loss. This is the most meaningful moment I could think of ever having in any project I've ever worked on. I feel so proud and so honored to be the person to deliver this significant moment. It's so deeply healing for everyone to come together and rejoice. And it's so deeply healing for me. There are opportunities in all our lives to share our gifts and talents with others. For me, it's through art and design. But whatever our gifts are, whether it's spiritual service or illuminating research or community work, when we share our gifts with others, we create space for healing for ourselves and for each other.
When we share our gifts, we create space for healing. Do you agree with it? Comment here if you need more assistance. If you want to learn faster, we are here to serve you. Thank you very much. I'm Felipe Dib. See you next class.